Welcome to Linkronicity, where your journey and destiny link. I'm Stacey, Kumagai, your Linkologist, and I'm here to help you link your life. How are you, lovely souls? Are you ready for the big changes about to happen this week? I hope that you are. I hope that you're all staying healthy, safe, rooted, and balanced, because you're going to need it. This week is going to be one of the most powerful weeks as we step into the 8-8 Lionsgate portal. Now, the 8-8 Lionsgate portal is all about rapid change, manifestation, and looking at our own place and purpose in the world. Now, for those of you who have been with me for a while, first of all, thank you. You know that in the past few years I've done a few healing timeout readings on 8-8 Lionsgate. What does that actually mean for those of you who are new or who are maybe unfamiliar? 8-8 Lionsgate is a once-a-year event where on August 8th, we step into an energetic field shift because of the alignment of all of the things cosmically that are happening. And it only happens once a year on this date, on August 8th, where things kind of shift and change. And what does that mean for us in the human sphere? In the human sphere, we need to be looking at embracing change on a scale that is pushing us. And I mean that, pushing us toward said change. Now, normally during the rest of the weeks of the year, the other 51 weeks of the year, you may be looking at, moon phases, full moon, new moon. You may be looking at solar and lunar eclipses. You may be looking at planets that are in retrograde, all of that energetically. That's all a shift as well. But what makes 8-8 Lionsgate Portal so powerful is the fact that if there's change that needs to be manifested, this is one of the most energetic times to do it. And for those of you who have been watching the news and are unhappy with what you've been seeing, are feeling out of balance or out of sorts with your place in the world, your purpose, your positioning of where you stand with things, how you look at the world that you want to live in and the world you want to create. This is when that timing collides. It really does. Because it's forcing us all to get out of our place of complacency. So what does that really mean? Okay, let's look at it from your own community, your own personal bubble. And then we're going to expand it globally so you can take a better look at this and why it's so pivotal right now. Now, normally during 8-8 Lionsgate portals, it's just an opportunity to step forward. But this year, it's very special. Why is it special this year? Because it's 2022. And 2022, we have seen things kind of go backwards, off course, awry, in ways that we never really thought that we would see in our lifetime. Now, I know that most of you have been thinking, well, yeah, Stacey, we saw that after 2019, and as we stepped into 2020, yes, right? And here, let me explain numerologically why that was. Okay, so let's go backwards. 2020 is a 4 vibration. 4 vibration is about stability. You all know this from hearing my healing time outs that 4 is about stability, the number stability. 4, like the legs of a table or a chair. You need 4 legs to really have that full stability place, right? So in 2020, what did we experience? We experienced the pandemic. We experienced all kinds of shifts to our health, our world, looking at society, looking at politics, looking at, right, all these things. Really shaking up the stability of our foundation for purpose, right? So that change came about for purpose, to shake us up from where we felt too stable, complacent. It was a disruption, basically, right? Okay, so that was 2020. 2021 is a 5 vibration. 5 vibration is about change, freedom. So in 2021, we were really stepping into the freedom of change, freedom to make different choices, freedom to try to create a solution for the pandemic and all of these things, right? Look at different ways that we can change up how we do business, working remotely, changing a protocol, change, freedom. Looking at ways that we could break free of the constraints that were like creating complacencies and stepping into the liberation of knowing what we could proactively do, right? It was really all about that. It was really all about stepping into that place. 2022 now, as we step into the 6 vibration. 6 vibration, if you look at a number 6, and if you were to flip it on its head, it would be a 9, right? So what do we know about 9? 9 is about humanitarianism, philanthropy, all of that. 6 is looking at it on the opposite end of the spectrum of ourselves and how we can take our local, smaller changes in our communities and make them bigger and better. How we can kind of have some compassion and empathy in the world for where we've been, what we've done, what we've gone through, what we've overcome, and then actually making a proactive change. So if we're going to feel the force field, we're going to feel it more in the 6 vibration than we ever have before. Because this is where we have to bring love into the situation of looking at our planet with compassion, humanity with compassion, looking at some other altruistic ways of how we can show up, looking at different energies of what we can each individually bring to the table for the flip side of the humanity of the global greater good, right? And re-empowering ourselves, realizing that even though we think that, oh, we're just one person, we can't possibly do the change, turning that literally on its head of the 9 vibration to say, hey, yes, kind of like Mother Teresa said, right? The drop in the bucket, the bigger ripple effect, kind of looking at that place of what we can each do. Just as you may be one signature on a petition, but if everybody believes in what you believe, suddenly that vibration magnifies, it intensifies, it amplifies, right? So when you get into the headspace of, oh, what can one person do? What can I do? Well, yeah, this is where you say, what now? What can I do? This is where we look at it in terms of our individual contributions, our individual actions, our individual reactions, and how we change that for the positive, for something bigger than ourselves. So if we look at our dreams, it's not just about ego. If we look at our work ethic, it's not just about personal pride. It's about setting the example. It's about looking at this from a different lens, a different perspective, a different way of really, truly manifesting the change in the 8-8 portal, to walk through the portal, to choose to walk through that, because it's open for us now. And looking at this is to what we can individually contribute to the greater good, highest, greatest good. And if we were to work together, kind of like, an ant would say, oh, what can I do? I'm one little ant. But look what an ant can do as a whole colony, right? It can create mountains. I mean, it can do a lot of work. And this is where we need to actually look at our own individual purposeful place in the world and how we can collectively come together with something, with solutions, with ideas, with actions, with the intention and the positive mindset of those said changes. So it's no longer just talking the talk. It's really about walking the walk now. And this is why this year's Lionsgate Portal is magnified and amplified into something bigger than what we normally would see during a regular 8-8 Lionsgate portal. Now, don't get me wrong. Regular 8-8 Lionsgate portals are very powerful, but this year is very pivotal. Why is it pivotal? Because in 2022, we've seen things that we haven't seen in a very long time, right? We've seen things reverse. We've seen things go off course. We saw things go off course with the Roe versus Wade thing getting reversed. We saw things go off course, when, the war in Ukraine happened. We saw things go off course, right? So there's big monumental things that happened in 2022. So now is our reflective period of what we've been able to process from the start of 2022 into now, right? Kind of like as we're seeing the brand new vaccines that are coming this fall, with the Omicron variants. That's, again, a pivotal change, right? We're looking at something different than we saw with the things that were manifested, created, invented last year or midway through the year before in 2020, right? So we were coming up with those solutions. Well, 2022 is all about looking at the bigger picture, looking at something bigger, trying to do a lot of preventative measures too as we're looking forward. So we can actually do crisis management. We can actually change the way that we communicate. We can actually do something in preparation. We can actually put things in proper place and shift our perspective to what it is that is possible in what we can do instead of just questioning our own abilities, right? Now's the time to step into the empowerment of what our abilities actually are. What is that? How loud is your voice? How proactive are your actions? What change can you make with where you are, with who you are, with what you have? What is that energy that's coming towards you to shake your world up, to say, hey, I don't like seeing this, but what can I proactively do? What can I say that will contribute toward the greater good? What can I do even in terms of procrastination or looking at things that you've backburnered or ideas that you haven't chosen to, put into action yet? A lot of the things that we're looking at globally and for the world, we can apply to our own communities with what we have, with where we are and who we are. Knowing that every person, just like every single solitary ant in a colony, has something special to contribute, working together for something bigger, right? We all have our unique gifts. We all have our unique talents. We all have our own voice. We all have our own will. We all have our own ability, but this Lionsgate portal is now asking us to step through the portal, to step in through with what we have and actually make the change happen. Whether you're one signature, one voice, whatever it is, something that if you're watching the news or something you don't like, this is a time to change that. This is the time to use your voice in that. This is the time to realize what you can do as one person, and more importantly, if not just what you can do as one person, but then what you can actually do collectively with other like-minded people to create an even bigger ripple effect, to create more change, manifest greater changes. And also looking at your own energy, even on what you're doing on a daily basis, thinking on a daily basis, speaking on a daily basis, right? Because if you think it, you speak it, you do it, and you visualize it, then if you're looking at that from a positive space, there is power in that. There's power in what you can do versus sitting and dwelling in negative energy, being complacent in said energy, thinking that you can't make change is actually the reverse effect. And so for those of you who've been doing that for a while, you're going to feel the force this week. You're going to feel the force of this month as we look at the manifestation that is necessary for us to move forward before we hit 2023. Because 2023 will then be the 7 energy, and it'll be looking at, what we seek, right? Seeking out new solutions, seeking out new change, being the seeker of knowledge, more information, getting more informed, getting more educated, making conscious choices from that educated, proactive space. So in order to prepare ourselves to be open enough because we don't all know anything yet, right? Like, we're still works in progress, every single one of us. You haven't mastered anything yet. So if you haven't mastered it yet, because we're all works in progress until the day we leave this planet. So, and even then, after that, our energy continues onward, right? So we're always seekers of knowledge. So if we're going to prepare ourselves to be better seekers of knowledge for 2023, in 2022, we actually have to purge the energy that's holding us back, or the negative mindset that may be getting in the way, and looking at, 8-8 Lionsgate Portal. It's like, what now? Instead of just saying, what can I do now? It's like, what can I do now? What can I change now? What's in my power to change now? What can I do now with who I am, with where I am, with what I have? It's really embracing and accepting and deciding and choosing to step into that energy now. Choosing to be the change you want to see in the world. And choosing to manifest something bigger than just your own local backyard. It's bigger than that. The more people we help, the more people we can serve, the greater good and positivity that'll be helped through this change. And if we create the change, even if we're just changing ourselves in getting rid of the negative mindset and getting rid of the feeling powerless, and getting rid of that feeling, and getting rid of the idea that we can't do something. Okay? Removing that from our language, changing our language, changing of what we say, and more importantly, following that up with what it is we can do. We can now use this portal for the highest and greatest good to be the change we wish to see in this world. So what can you do, lovely souls? You can start by recognizing and having the awareness within yourself of what negative you speak on a daily basis. That's going to be a big thing that you can do right here, right now. So as you think about what it is that you're saying and doing and speaking and thinking, what positive change can you make just within yourself in terms of your language, your thoughts, your feelings? That's something you can do right now. What thing haven't you taken action upon because you had a lack mentality, thinking that, oh, I can't change this, I'm just one person? Where can you change that into, I can do something? I can lend my voice. I can lend my signature. I can make that call. I can do this to help more people, or whatever it is, something you see that you need to do within your own community, within your own neighborhood, within your own circles of the change that you wish to see, planetarily, politically, physically, mentally and emotionally. What is it that you can do? Those are things to recognize. So make a list. Start creating that list and putting a positive thought, action, feeling, word behind it. And those are things that we can actually do with this energy right now. So 8-8, what now? This is what we can do right now. And with that, then, taking this energy forward in creating a plan. Creating a plan of what we can do. Also, surrendering to the things that are not within our power to control. Because there is some stuff that isn't all in our control, like timing, other people's free will, and that kind of thing. We can't control that. We can only control what it is that we think and speak and do, right? So, we can cut out energies that don't serve us anymore. We can cut out, thoughts and feelings which don't serve us, our highest, greatest good. We can cut out negative energy that suck up and drain our psyche and soul, because we need to be in the best, highest vibration right now if we're going to be manifesting change for the positive of the planet, the positive of humanity, the positive, right, globally, as we all inhabit this planet. What we want to leave as our footprint, and even the things that we wish to be remembered by, right? We all have a power to make an impact. So looking at this thing from that place. So think about that, lovely souls. Think about that as you continue to heal, continue to progress, continue to evolve, and be your own work in progress, and know that it's going to be a powerful week. It's going to be a powerful month, because we are expected to be seekers next year. And as we prepare ourselves to be that, to venture out and seek new information, not just what's given at hand, as we continue to re-educate ourselves and enlighten ourselves and embrace new things for that, we have to look at this 8-8 Lionsgate portal as a way to not only prepare and to plan, but to continue to purge. Continue to purge. And that's going to be powerful in what it is that we're actually proactively changing. So, make your lists, make your plan, change your thoughts, change your words, change your habits, change your feelings, and be open to new change, to let it find you as well. That's something of what you can do right now. So I hope that helps you, lovely souls, as you work through this powerful, powerful week. Be gentle with yourself and be gentle with each other. It may be energetically a little bit draining, because things are going to move quickly and swiftly the more that you embrace this mindset. So steady yourself, ready yourself, get that root chakra in balance. Picture the bright red energy to stabilize yourself. Picture your Earth Star chakra coming out behind the soles of your feet and around you. Anchor and tether yourself to the Earth's core, but also keep your mind open and your heart open to the change that's also willing to find you right now. That's very powerful right now, as to, this portal. What now? Yeah, this portal. What now? Be open. Be receptive. And know that with grace and with ease, new change can find you the more that you are open to also being part of that change, as you're open to change. I hope you have a beautiful, lovely week, and know that I'm sending you all this love and light and stability and opportunity to manifest and create. So take that on in your mind, take that on in your heart, and let your soul experience something beautiful on this human journey that we're on, with the spiritual mindset of the spiritual journey, and reminding you of who you are and why you're here and the purpose that you have going forward. I'm Stacey Kumagai, your Linkologist, here to help you link your life. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Linkronicity, Blogspot.com, and go to Linkronicity.com. If you want a private coaching session, go to Linkronicity.com, email me there through the form. I will give you a 30-minute free consultation and prepare you for your own very special 12-week commitment journey to actually doing something unique for your own custom pathway of what it is that you visualize, what it is you want to see, and what it is that you want to manifest to be the change you want to see in the world. Sending you so much light, so much love, and gratitude from my heart. Thank you for being here, lovely souls. I hope you have a beautiful week, a beautiful month, as you prepare for the year ahead. Love, light, and blessings. Namaste.